Insane. Okay, so I'm sitting out here taking in all this luxurious sun, and and you would start moving around. No, it's fine. Um, I don't know. I just think that there's nothing wrong with improving on your current situation and telling your story while working on a completely different timeline. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And I think you have to kind of figure out things and heal the way that you is best for you. Um and I think that's the basis for what I'm really doing. Like I'm working on bettering myself, becoming a better person, and doing what's best for me, because it's really hard when you have a dynamic of one. And don't mind my alfalfa-ness right now. Like, I just kind of like, I have this old dirty bastard thing going on with my hair, and I'm kind of in love with it. So, pardon my dust. But yeah, I don't think, am I, you right here next to mommy? I don't think that there's anything wrong with working on yourself, and as you work on yourself, you're talking about the things that have gone on with you because you're processing it. But I'm processing for a purpose. I really want to help other people out who might not know kind of like the game of life and how to play it, because nobody really explained anything to me, but I had to kind of figure out things on my own. Now, here's the complex thing about that. We're going to take a little break with that. Hello, God. So the complex thing about that is, while you're transitioning, and this is something that I'm actively learning, because I have to I have to transform, not even transition. I have to transform into a completely different person for me. I have to transform into somebody who's not afraid to put up boundaries, not afraid to say no, but also not afraid to take risk and say yes. And you know, the thing that's frustrating about that last statement is that it's not that I never was able to um it's not that, I don't know what you smelling. It's not that I was ever afraid to take risk. It's not anything like that. It's the fact that in my journey, I was taking risks, doing all of these things, and doing all of these things I had never done before. And it was like, because I believe that just like you have angels assigned to you, you also have opposition assigned to you at birth, okay? And some of the things that you struggle with in life will literally give you a clue as to what your opposition is focused on. My thing has always been, there was always a fight with expansion. There was always a fight with some sort of movement, with having motion, which I don't have any motion right now. And I'm not ashamed of that. Like, you are supposed to have motion. So when you see people who have different, euphemisms, and they say, oh, you ain't got no motion, you ain't got this and that. Well, you're supposed to have motion. Motion is not a bad thing. Motion is not something that, oh, well, I think a lot of the times being pseudo spiritual, semi spiritual, or being spiritual, a lot of the times we look down on those who revel in opulence, or we side eye those who like the finer things in life. When you are a spiritual person, you're supposed to know that the finer things in life are for you. And they're not for you in a way to just Pacheco, in a way for you to just consume, but the finer things in life are especially for those who are spiritual or going through their spiritual journey or going through their awakening, because being spiritual is not about what you can do or what you can alchemize. Being spiritual is about what situation can you change for the better. So I've been like going over reading some of my mom's homework, and so this term utilitarianism has been thrown all over the place, and that's basically a big philosophy word for you act with morals or you do things for the greater good of mankind or for the greater of the collective. And I had a real conversation with myself the other night, and I was like, I have followed Yeshua HaMashiach, Jesus Christ, my entire life. And my thing about it is Yeshua was a martyr. He was a martyr. Pacheco. One second. Pacheco. This is why mommy said when you out here, you have to be a Zen puppy. You can't be a bad puppy. And you know you're not supposed to have this sock. So, therefore, here we go. Gone. There you go. Okay. Yeah, he's supposed to be Zen puppy, but he forgot and he was bad puppy. So, what I have to say is, when it comes down to it, at the end of the day and at the beginning of the sentence, I was talking about doing things for the greater good of mankind. And I was thinking about Jesus was a martyr, and what does that mean to me? And I came to the conclusion, I don't want to be a martyr in this lifetime. I don't want to be the one who is, I don't know. I can't find any other word better for it than sacrificial, like sacrificial lamb. I don't want to be that. Like, and when I talk about that, I'm not talking about actual like, I'm not talking about like sacrifice. I'm talking about like putting yourself last at the detriment to yourself. Not speaking up for yourself at the detriment to yourself. Not asserting your life and asserting your life purpose to the detriment of yourself. Now, the thing that's frustrating for me is I'm talking this through, but I'm talking to this part isn't frustrating. I'm talking to myself while also looking to invoke or inspire thought and change in somebody else who might be going through the same thing. With that being said, this video has reached 8 minutes, and I'll be right back with part 2.